welcome to the stream. I'm going to jump right over to the game board because I have a game already, and in fact, some of the factions have already been picked. We have just started bidding. So I'll jump right over here. Oh, it's going to be annoying. Okay. I haven't looked a ton at this setup. I was madly printing something off for my wife, just as she was running out the door, and time was ticking, and I was trying to set up Streamlabs, and anyhow, everything just all came together. So I just sort of threw in engineers quickly, threw some earth rewards, late scoring is fine. It was both the beginning and the ending of my analysis. So what do we have here? Swarmlings and engineers, nomads and halflings. Engineers do look awesome here. Didn't have the ship BP in, but I think that might be okay. Round 5 seems like a good time to build a bunch of trading posts. Like this track looks good. I don't know that you'd be able to hit a town, but here, but there'll be some cool stuff you could do. I suppose swarmlings are also just very good. So I'm not going to reveal my hand, so to speak, and I will just bid on swarmlings probably for a couple of points, and then I'll jump over to engineers and see if I can get a decent deal on them. So I mean, swarmlings would just take big building, engineers get worker power. Would halflings just take temp ship and open double dig? It's certainly possible. Certainly possible. Engineers probably just start E8, G4. Swarmlings might start here, but engineers could always just single dig with worker power. That's actually a decent backup, and then just open Temple Earth to TP 2 dwelling kind of thing, and that's quite nice. I'm going to bid swarmlings a touch more. This does look like sort of a classic, like late dwellings and stuff. Kind of looks like swarmlings might want to play a bit more expansive and actually take Earth 1. So as engineers here, if I don't end up, if I took engineers here and didn't open double temple, I might actually just take Earth 1 as a favor. Yeah, let's jump onto engineers here. Let's look at the setup in a little bit more detail. So swarmlings could very well start on F7. These 2 usual yellow hexes will be taken. Halflings probably start here, so engineers are in the center of some leech. Perhaps swarmling is E4. I can take this hex if I want it. Connection is tricky, but very doable. What else is interesting here? Yeah, I'll just jump onto engineers at this price, see what happens. Yeah, I thought Kasich would just follow suit. It's hard to get a good deal on something. Players will often just bid whatever you bid, so swarmlings takes big building, engineers takes worker power, nomads probably take a priest and send it to Earth, and then halflings can either have 6 coins or temp ship and double dig. Or sorry, yeah, 6 coins, or they take temp ship just to open double dig. If they take 6 coins, it's hard to say what their open is. They might just rush a temple for Earth 1 and hope to get single spade. Engineers would take double spade. Or halflings open temp ship and do take double dig. Probably no engineers then get single spade. Unless halflings double dig gave nomads enough leech for single spade, which would then be quite annoying. which could happen if nomads started here, here, and here, and halflings single dug this first action or something, and then nomads took a dig. Then I guess engineers are basically just opening double temple and left over with a worker. I'm just going to quickly look at the ratings of these players. Smooth's quite strong. Played with him before. He's definitely been on in chat quite a bit. His players seems to be still trying to figure stuff out a bit. Kasik's pretty decent. Played lots. Yeah. So, I mean, I'll bid NG down again. I'm quite comfortable with engineers, as people know. It doesn't seem like I'm going to get a ridiculously good price on them. Our Stormlink's just better than engineers here. I guess Swarmlings just have the run of the cults. No one else is going to be playing overly culty. All of these factions definitely played, put up a bit of a fight on a cult for sure. Engineers will try to run at Earth. I think Earth will be a fairly competitive cult. But there's no other hugely cult faction or even semi-culty factions like Dwarves, Chaos. Stormlings, assuming they get the 2-key town. Before anyone else can put up a pretty decent cult game here. But we're on engineers. I don't think Smooth's wrong to jump to nomads. I think that makes a lot of sense here. Hey, Ghostly. Thanks for tuning in. Say hi to folks. One second, people. All right. Okay, cool. That's working. Great. I need to place a dwelling. Okay. I'm just doing normal stuff. G4, E8. Smooth saying hi to everyone. Smooth, of course, has been in chat before on a number of streams and also played against Smooth a couple of times, I think, on stream. Certainly before his Nomads. I do remember that game. Put up a very good fight. Yeah, it's a nice table. Definitely played against Kasich before. Don't recognize this player, I don't think. Nakshirel. That's interesting. It makes my life quite a bit easier. So I just go here. Yeah, the only real thing that, at this point, Stormlings not being on E4 is nice. Means they're not going to double dig D1 or something, which Stormlings sometimes do. So all this stretch should be pretty easy. Question is, am I getting double dig or single dig? And that's really up to halflings here, whether they open temp ship. Now, I have seen Deep Finesse, I think it was Deep Finesse or Zevok, do some weird, start on C8 with temp ship as nomads to try to get a couple dwellings out. Okay, that's not happening. I thought there might be some edge case where Smooth actually took temp ship. I assume for, I guess there might be a world here where Swarmlings doesn't take big building and they take worker power. I wasn't actually thinking about that. Then we just end up with 2 workers and we single spade first action. It's kind of gross. Yeah, real stream. Okay, it is worker power. So I do just take 2 workers here. I mean, it's the best econ. I mean, unless I take temp ship to take double dig. Is that a thing? I don't actually love it, to be honest. I just like the extra workers. I think I'm just taking the workers. So Kasich wants double dig. It's a pretty risky move, because I was thinking I wasn't getting double dig, that halflings might take temp ship, but like, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that seems risky for Kasich. To take to take worker power over 2 workers and 4 points on the off chance they get double dig. See, worker power was just good for me even if I didn't get double dig. Like, that would be the cherry on top. But Kasich had a much safer pass tile they could take. Oh, I should plug in. Hey, L4. Yeah, real stream. None of these voice chat shenanigans. I presume Smoo just takes the priest here, but maybe if the priest doesn't offer him enough early, maybe the coins are just better here. I don't know. Oh no, Smoo's thinking about doing a 3 TP open. Yeah, and then halflings do take double dig. Presumably they just take H3 here. No. Yeah. I've never done a 3 TP opening. Are the other players good? The other players are absolutely good enough to beat me if I'm not careful. Smoo's quite good. Smoo's just approaching the 500 rating and has put together very good games before and has gotten good prices on nomads before and done very good things. So Smoo's could absolutely run away with this. Kasich is like 300, 350 in and around there. I think they know how to handle Swarmlings pretty well. I think this person's still trying to figure the game out a bit. So it's not like I'm playing against, you know, Nerd Cube and Deep Finesse or something. But it's yeah, it's not like some of the tables that I get that are sort of like, you know, all 3 players are 200 rated or something. So I think this is just a single spade. And the question is where? I suppose F8 is under the most threat. I'm assuming that nomads don't open stronghold, so I can just leave F3 dangling. So I suppose I actually just do this. And I think what Smoo, not that play was a block on Smoo by any stretch, but I think what Smoo wants here is a single spade. Yeah, to get a dwelling out. with the 3 TPs. So you can end 3 trading post dwelling at the end of round 1, which is sort of enough workers to like figure stuff out from there. So I think I do just get in the middle of this leech party. I'm going to want a trading post here anyhow. I think he can still make it work. We'll see where Swarmlings upgrades. I suppose their stronghold, yeah, I guess down here. That's quite nice. Yeah. When I took that, I thought it might be slightly annoying. I mean, I took it because I wanted a spade, basically. But, yeah. Interesting to see where he goes with this. Who knows? I guess I just trading post down here. I don't really know what Smooth's thinking about. Pivoting plans or something? Yeah, going stronghold. It's a little awkward for them. I mean, I guess they can dig F3 from me if they really want to, but it's... Can't build a dwelling this turn? I don't know if this is a very good... I don't know if this is a very good pivot, to be perfectly honest. But anyhow, I'm just going to mosey on along. And I think I just want to copy over to 2 here. Nothing else fancier I can think of. It's odd. Okay, so halflings are passing. Presumably they just take coins, or do they want a priest really badly? Unclear. And then nomads are in, they dig something, probably D4, G5, or F5, F3. Like F3 is interesting because it's kind of annoying to me, but that's sort of all it does. And G5 being left open, like I think he wants a town here. F3 looks like doing more with your stronghold, so maybe you'd be tempted to do that, but I kind of like G5 for him. Problem is he has to sandstorm now and then decline build and wait for swarmlings to upgrade next to him, hopefully next turn, so he can burn a coin to secure it. And if Kasich just takes the coins action, then nomads just have to pass without building it, and then I can just double dig it back. So it's just weird. Oh, he can just landscape it. Ending round 1 stronghold TP landscape is spicy. This is, I don't know. Okay. Do I want 2 coins and a trickle of points? I'm getting double dig and a dig ground, unless halflings just get it. No. No, they don't. So I just pass and I get double dig. And then I have, I actually like those 3 coins. The question is, what else am I doing? Coins and another TP. Well, the second, yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. Mainly because I'm dealing with stronghold nomads and I love passing in front of them and securing F3. G5 was correct this turn. I think F3 is correct next turn. So that's a big part of it. Actually, that's pretty much all of it. The other thing is because I opened an econ favor, changing 2 coins and a power into 5 power when I already have a full power bowl, like isn't amazing. So I just like that sequence better. I think I just pass for these 3 coins. I just open with a double dig. I get out a temple and another dwelling next turn, basically. Yeah, and halflings can act 6 if I make a temple. So it's sort of those reasons, basically. And then I might just end with 3 dwellings on my... Like, this is probably 2 points, because I'll just build a trading post if I can. Do I have enough for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coins? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. So it probably just is... I think it's still just this. Yeah. It's underwhelming. But... Double digging D4 also feels real good, but I can't really do that. Even if it, but I think the problem with that, like, I actually like that a lot too, L4. The difference is nomads are passing now, and then they would be in front of me. So then they could just first action. They could just first action Sandstorm F3. Oh, they still do. Yeah, that's annoying. Oh, they don't need F3 that bad, but they want a hex for their town. They need to Sandstorm somewhere. Yeah, for sure. I would probably rather D4 as well, but the problem is like you can't like there's a nomad stronghold. Like I have to pass in front of it and secure any hexes that are important to me, basically. I don't know why they need f3 that bad either, but like, why do... I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of hexes that players don't necessarily need. I think f3 is fine. It might not be optimal. I'd probably take it if I were Smoo and I could. Even if it was slightly suboptimal, it's pretty freaking annoying for me, right? It makes me reaching all this stuff and like going to take me a lot later to expand over here, if ever. Yeah. Water 1 or water 2? Oh yeah, water 1. They still had the Cult Spade. Wonder why they didn't just go Earth 1 there. Seems Earth 1 would have seemed fine, I think, there for Swarmling. I don't know. Makes sense. Probably is double dig, but because they don't really need a ton of coins, but coins are always defendable too, depending on what they're trying to do. Nice. So I'm just going to take single spade 2 turns in a row. So I think I do just take single spade here. Unfortunately, what that does is, well, Smooth's getting coins either way, but I'm just going to secure this. Hey, Gadas. Geddes, rather. Sorry, I always mispronounce your name. Smooth takes coins here. Presumably. There might not be a town there. I mean, yeah, I'm not necessarily worrying about that being a town. Like, I'd be worrying about if I couldn't ship to D1. What I really want to do is ship to D1. I'm gonna take Earth 1 now. Yeah, I could landscape to E5 and make a sanctuary town. Is that sort of what you're saying? Yeah, it depends on which of these hexes Nomads leave open. I think I am just going to temple here. D4 and afterwards D5. Yeah, they might. So I can send a priest to Earth, which is fine here. I can also upgrade shipping and get out 2 dwellings. Seems pretty good. That will use up a lot of my power. And it will be harder to double dig next round, but I think I like it. I can just take D1. I can take F9. Get a little leech. This seems good from Smoo. He just gets a town next turn. Not sure what else halflings are doing. I expect they're probably building 2 TPs next round, so they can town up. And build here. This dwelling obviously doesn't give me any extra economy, so it's either a dwelling or a trading post, right? Trading post would give me free coins at no negative worker cost. Given the pastime I'm on, it just makes sense to go the dwelling route. I'm not entirely sure what Smoo does. I think maybe he passes. I can build a TP, but the only spot he can build one is here, and that would town up early. So expect is probably just a pass here for an extra priest, maybe worker power. So his worker power comes with another coin action. Yeah, so it might just be pass for worker power. Swarmlings is done, so they're just going to down convert power to coins by the looks of it and just pass on to Smooth's tile, I would expect. And then probably Swarmlings are just taking double dig next round. That'll allow them to finish up this town. It depends on how disruptive Smoo wants to be. I mean, if he wanted to be really disruptive, he could take I4 ahead of Swarmlings, and then they, wouldn't be able to double dig. Oh, temp ship. That's interesting. I suppose it gets him to E3. So he chose the range over the extra worker. What does that say? He just wants to get to E3 for some reason. I guess this is a good enough place to set up for another town, perhaps. If he's expecting halflings over here, like if he can get to E3 and then just start sandstorming this stuff. What was that? Advancing on the shipping track. Okay, to take F2. Makes sense. So now I'm getting the extra worker, which I really like. So I could, it is a town round. If I have any intentions of towning up next round, it would be very challenging, but it would be double digging this, which I almost have the power for. But I expect Swarmlings are just going to take double dig immediately here. So I don't double dig, which means I don't town up next round, so I don't need this TP bonus. Oh man, a smooth knocked out I4. That would be something. I don't think that changes my game plan of what I would take as a pass tile here. I just think the trading post bonus is not that great for me. So it's worker power or... So do I want a priest and a coin or a worker and 3 power? Probably just a worker and 3 power. Power is quite flexible. Yeah, I'm sort of coin short. I mean, I think I'll be okay. Nomads and I have actually gotten in each other's way quite a bit so far this game. Me taking the single spade made them sort of pivot their opening, which was kind of bad for them because then they basically just started on a single worker tile. I think they ended with 1 TP on the board as opposed to 3. So their starting pass tile was like 2 VP and a worker. Me taking single spade made them pivot to stronghold, then pivoting to stronghold made me paranoid about hexes, and I took a single spade, like all that kind of stuff. So me and Nomad have sort of played at each other quite a bit. Smooth like almost certainly just wants a coins action here, I'm pretty sure. But he might want to just secure E3, or he might want to sandstorm something. Either I4, maybe D4, something he thinks might not be there. So he just takes the coins. Swarmlings gets their double dig on I4, I suppose, and just prays that Nomads don't want to invest more sandstorms in this town area. So, what are we doing this round? What do I want to do? Sending my priest to Earth, that's for certain. Because I want this cult spade. Which means I'm not upgrading ship. So I think I do this. And I'm actually going to down convert a bit more because I want a little more, the ability to take a bit more power. Yeah, I want that cult spade. What you doing, Smoo? Just towning up, eh? that temp ship all about then? To Keytown. Yeah, it's possible. I might just be building another temple this round for Water 1. Yeah. Yeah, it's possible. Red alert. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a temple for Water 1, and then if I temple for Water 1, I'm building a trading post. Temple for Water 1 will remove this worker income, so I'm left with one of these gaps. So it's actually a temple for Water 1 and a TP, which is 8 coins and 3 workers. And then I will have free worker income. So I'll go into next round with 5 workers. And I get a cult spade. I probably go to 2 ship and I get out most of my dwellings. Something like that. So if I'm building another temple, I don't really love building it here and just giving everyone a ton of leech. And this doesn't really need to be a temple. I can just do it here and give Smooth some free power. It's totally fine. I mean, it's a little awkward, I will say, actually. Yeah. I think it is here, though. And then my trading post just goes on E8. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any way that with this round, with 2 more turns, I get to pass on to the dwelling tile. I guess halflings have... They're probably building 2 TPs to town up. Or I guess these 2, perhaps. So I do pass before halflings, I think. Oh, that's interesting. I guess the sanctuary is actually... I don't love it. It's going to have to be fire 2, I think. I don't think they can water 1 and then town this round. They don't have enough coins. They would have to expect some leech. So is this a sanctuary for fire 2? No, it's water 1. Oh, they only need to build 1 trading post. Yeah. I guess I started a bit of a water 1 rush. Round 3. Wasn't really my intention. Some factions I don't play nearly as close to scoring favors as others, but I probably should play a little closer to favors, to be honest, than I do. But engineers are certainly a faction that I tend to play a little closer to the favors, I find. I've been noticing that's something with my Chaos Magicians games. I've been playing some Chaos Magicians lately. Haven't been streaming them, just sort of playing a couple games, and have not been playing very close to favors, and have been kind of, yeah, not doing so well playing chaos. So. Smooth templed for water 1. Whoa, and then Kasich double dug that. Spicy. So if there's no water 1 left, then I don't really need to temple up this round. Man, I keep changing my plans. I'd like another TP now. There is no water 1 to be had. However, I wonder if I can get away with another. Probably I can. I assume nomads want to build a dwelling on E3. Use their temp ship while they have it. Halflings are going to town up. What I'd like to do is pass on the dwelling bonus, open with double dig in front of nomads, take this, cult spade this, take this, just go ham, maybe temple for air 1 next turn. Something like that. This feels a little too close to favors from nomads. This is a lot of big stuff. He only has 1 dwelling on the board. I don't know why that water 1 was so important to Snoo. Maybe it was just sort of to annoy me a bit. I don't think it's that helpful for him. I think he just wants to build dwellings and expand out big and build all his trading posts in this round and hit this pass tile and stuff. This feels very like Swarmlings like, not very like Stronghold nomad-y like. And other than my general hatred for sanctuaries, this looks quite good from halflings. Halflings actually look like in an okay position. And I think they just town up now, and I think they could just take a coin town or something, to be honest. And I think that would be perfectly reasonable. Interesting. Presumably this is a build on E3 from Snoo. Then he wants to use his temp ship while he's got it. A Priest of Fire also seems okay. Alternately, it could just be an early pass onto the dwelling bonus for another coins action. These are all possibilities. Workers. Oh, he still has a Sandstorm left. Silly me. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So if he Sandstorms D4, that's fine. I'll take D5 and C3 with spades next round on the dwelling scoring. And I want to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How do I get 6 dwellings out? Cult spade, and this is 2. One of my spades, 3, 4, 5, and my other spades, 6. Yeah, all right. And then a copy of Air 1. So I'm counting with my fingers. So I need, okay. That would be a sick turn. So I need a double dig. I need, maybe the Air 1's pushing it. The Air 1 would be the cherry on the top. But if I can go 6 dwellings and a temple is 7 workers. My priest is kind of a worker. 3, 6, and 10 coins. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can actually do this, and then the rest is coins. Well, except for not the rest. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 4. Yeah, and that's enough to double dig and take some leech. Right? 5 power makes me 062. Yeah. I think this is what I'm doing. All right. So I think things are okay. I'm trying to interpret that that gesture, L4. Is that like is like a wrench in a hand, or is I can't tell if you're like shrugging or if the wrench means something. Hey, heroic. And yeah, good point, Red Alert. I wasn't, I mean, even paying attention to that. It's like pretty obvious that, yes, Smoo, I didn't see the sandstorm, so the workers totally make sense. And what I said about Smoo being very tall earlier is a little better now because they'll end up with 4 worker production going into next round, which is a bit better. So he builds over here and then probably sandstorms this. I think he'd love to build a town here. I just think if he sandstorms E2, I don't know that he can trust that halflings won't take F1. So that looks pretty nice. My cult game's pretty poor, guys. Is the order of spades based on this turn order or next turn? Okay. So I think it's that my cult spade will resolve first. Sandstorm, yeah. Gotta be D4 because then he's got a cult spade. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that looks nice because he can, right, D4, cult spade, C7. Yeah, that looks pretty tidy. Whoa, that was just a priest for a cult bump. Which I guess is okay. It's a priest for a spade. Halflings have a shipping, so they can just cult spade this and this and get down 3 dwellings next turn without digging anything. Seems pretty good for them. If he goes Sandstorm E2, then Halflings can go F1 and make the Sandstorm kind of sad. Yeah, for sure. Just hang on for 1 second, folks. Sorry about that. I thought I heard someone knocking on my door. I was mistaken. Okay, he took D4. Makes sense. Right. If Halflings pass it on to coins, which they did, and Stormlings takes Act 4, which they super will, right? It's that or like what? I mean, they took a coin town this round. Yeah, so Smooth spent power for workers to get down dwellings this round because he templed, and he's having a long round, so he's passing on to points and more workers into a dwelling round. I just said I was doing this, right? Yeah. Seems good. What's Kasich doing with his spade? Here? Yeah, makes sense. Interesting. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to stick to my plan. It's very good. E5 is hanging in the balance. Landscape on E5 seems very good also. C3 opens up 3 hexes, in theory. I'm just going to do this. My plan for connection is probably it's probably like one of these red hex. I mean, it's this stuff, and then it's like nomads can take some of this. Like assume I'm on C9 and assume I get B5. So then like it's free shipping. It's like this hex basically. It's basically the plan. Yeah. Some landscape on D5. Yeah, that could have been it could have been an interesting option. I'm really trying to greed out this round because the lands, like, I have just enough hexes. Yeah, I have just enough hexes with all these spades and resources to get out all my dwellings and temple for air 1, and then pass for 8. So a landscape is 2 less points, a point less, and a worker less. So it's like it's 3 points and a worker. So this is greedy, right? Because you're right, I could have, like, possibly secured connection, but landscape on e5. Yeah, it would. It would be a really ugly 4-worker town, which is okay if I end up on the big building pass tile, but like I actually don't like. I don't love it. I'm not dying to found a town there. Like, I probably exaggerate this stuff a little bit too much, and I'm guilty of being a lazy town builder. But like, if I founded a town right now, like I'm accepting leech in this game, right? So I value economy over points, and you do as engineers through a decent bit of the game. They can still take leech. So if I was taking a town right now, I could take the 11-pointer. I'd probably take a 7-point town, right? Just high level. Like, that seems better than 11. So in other words, I'm willing to pay 4 VP for 2 workers. So if I'm just throwing down do bridges, it's 8 VP of stuff that I'm getting rid of, right? So in a sense, it's like a 3-point town. Now you recoup those points if there's a big building round, but there isn't. So, I mean, the math isn't quite as simple as I'm sort of suggesting it is, but anyhow, those are sort of my thoughts on all that stuff. Is it's like, yeah, throwing 4 workers at something is like no small thing. If there's a big building round and you're doing bridge strats and like you're on the big building tile, it's a lot more palatable, but I think this is just a big round. Now, I mean, if Smoo wanted to focus on making me not connect, he could. I don't know. Maybe he does at some point. Start smashing hexes, but yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly. So once I get to c6, Smoo could take this and hard dig that. Like, you know what I mean? If he really wanted to fight me, he can like win that battle. So I do get these hexes. This makes sense. Now with all these workers, if I like, you know, I want this pass tile. If I end up on this one or something, like there's a world where I do, like I just build a stronghold in one of these rounds, right? I guess another way to generate points. And if this is still open, like I could consider a hard dig on it for a landscape maybe or something. I don't know. We'll see. But my priority right now is like hitting this round, getting all my dwellings out this round, and a temple, getting 3 trading posts out this round, and then getting 4 more dwellings. That's sort of the idea, is just to try to maximize these track points. And then have like 10 air 1 points this game. Water 1 probably would have been 12. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take this hex. I am happy to send my priests to air. Try to get a spade, maybe a bit of a cult position on this. But I'm just delaying that action as long as possible on the off chance that like I can get on a pass tile that I want. So I'm sort of getting all of these moves out of the way that I really want to do, which is 2 more dwellings. Then the next priority is a temple for air 1. And then if I can still stay in the round, it would be a priest to air. Swarmlings are at 2 ship. Presumably they want to get on G2. That was just a hard dig for a dwelling from Smoo. Connection is important. Yes, connection is very important. And this economy will help. I need to dig here. I need 2 ship, and then I get onto C6. Once I'm on C6, I have options for connection. I will need to take one of these 2 hexes. So if nomads take this from me, or like take this, then I might like hard dig a landscape. If they take this, then I might like hard dig a dwelling or something, right? And then, so like the path for connection is probably spade B5 is to be at 2 ship, right? It's like better than 3 ship and here and then a spade. Like that's more expensive, and Smoo can see that coming. So it's like get out to 2 ships, spade and build here. Yeah, and then if I can get on C6, I will be confident of my ability to connect. Yeah, we'll see. I have lots of power. Spades will be easier to come by. Swarmlings might still start taking spades, but they probably should be upgrading digs. Halflings are less interested in spades. Nomads have burned down below 6. So like, and I have lots of power, so I should be able to come by spades. Oh, I thought nomads were just going to send a priest to stall. This is quite nice. I just get the trading post tile next turn. What was I doing? Oh, I wanted a temple. So let's build it next to Smoo when he can't accept power. Oh, let's give him a free one here, right? Yeah. Yeah. So towns are kind of suspect. But All right, passing here. All right. Mm. So I'm basically building 3 trading posts this turn. And possibly not much else. Sending a priest to air. That will be my cult spade on d5. And then, yeah, it's a little rough. One of my problems also is like, Smoo doesn't seem to be carving out another town. So it's not one of those things where it's like he wants all his sandstorm somewhere. Like, you know, he's carving out a town here and he needs a sandstorm to complete a town. I think he might be sort of done town building. So like, what else is he going to do other than sandstorm random stuff and just build trading posts and dwellings? Like, I think it's possible he doesn't care that much where his digs are. So he can just sandstorm like stuff. That's going to be annoying for me. Okay, I'm actually going to send this priest off. Yeah. Yeah, it's not super clear to me what Smooth's up to here. I don't really know what I would do if I were in his position. I think what I'm thinking about right now is like actually taking the double spade this turn if I can and trying to town up. The problem is I really would have loved that coin town. I think I just built a trading post here. It's actually tempting to take a double spade and take these this turn. Taking this double spade would give me a town. And then I could even take a ship town. But I just don't have enough coins to also just build out my trading post, so it's a little tricky. Yeah, I just don't have enough coins for all that stuff. Yeah, I think I need 3 more spades this turn, or this game. Yeah, I don't really want to build my big buildings, so taking this would be quite nice. I mean, I suppose I could build a sanctuary, but it's just not very good. This town just seems like a lot of resources. And of course, if I landscape here, then I can't landscape there. If I landscape here, then my connection has to be... I mean, if I landscape here, I can actually 3-ship up to here. But then I also need this hex. These 2 open grays don't connect. So if I do landscape here, then I would still need this. So, I mean, I guess I can do it in 2 digs, basically, at 3-ship. Here, build, dig, build. This, though, is a dig instead of building a sanctuary, which is quite nice. Landscape here allows me to do it off of 2-ship. So it's still 3 digs, 1 less town, 1 less ship. Okay. So we'll see, people. Landscape on D3, I suppose, also means that I don't need to dig D6 because then I have my town. So then it's digging B5. Slight problem with that is that it's not possible to get on C6 and do that as a double dig. So now we're talking 2 single spade actions. Or a hard dig. Yeah. Yeah. A hard dig followed by a 2 spade action or something. Yeah, and the problem is if I commit my landscape to E5, then that means that my only connection hex, like that I need A9 for my connection. I mean, I need a bunch of hexes, but A9 is needed for connection. So that also seems a little suspect. What am I going to do in round 6 if not a big building or 2? Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. Seems like I build too much. Yeah, I think in order to make this game like competitive, I have to two town here. I need network and I need a stronghold out with a couple bridges. The stuff that's going through my head is like this isn't that far off from being a town. Having not upgraded digs yet. Like if I double spade these, I have the workers. I can bridge stronghold. That's a town. I can even bridge this or something, right? Like I want bridges at that point, I guess, for points. So like spades could go here. Of course, that last trading post was risky because I was gambling away the power for spades. All right. They might town in the north. I can also just, if this, like for two bridges, I can just dig this and make this a town. As opposed to putting, like this is a structure and two bridges. I can just structure in two bridges. And then my landscape doesn't have to go here. Like it's the same amount of work, but this can also be a dwelling. Is what I'm starting to think. And then this is just nothing. I also really want to take spades this turn because most of my power should be spades, I think. Like if I still want like 4 structures out this game, like there's only a double spade action this round, double spade action next round. I have a cult spade coming in. Is also a thing. I think I'm just spading this and this right now. Problem is my cult spade doesn't go anywhere very good. Sorry guys, I'm running out of time. I think Swarmling says pass here, probably. In which case, I just pass into their pass tile. Ugh. I don't know about those spades last round. Maybe that was silly. It's really unclear where my... I mean, one of the cult spades, I guess, is just going on c2. I probably should have dug c2 and not b5 or something. Or sorry, c2 and not e1. Like, this is a two-bridge town. That's the idea. So I just cult spade this. And then I'm going to end up with too many hexes, awkwardly. Yeah, it's the tempo of not being able to, like, not being over here is kind of killing me. I guess I'm realizing the value of d4 for engineers. Whoops, sorry, folks. Nope, I don't need power. Yeah, inches are kind of hard on this map. Could be making this up, but I feel like I've played a disproportionate amount of digging factions on this map. So that includes like nomads and giants, stronghold nomads, giants, halfling, swarmling, alchemists. Like I feel like in a lot of games that I've been in, there's just like I spend a lot more time focusing on like, oh gosh, someone's next to my hex, who can take it? More than I used to focus on that, I think, in other... You know, if you're playing against cultists and engineers and mermaids and stuff, like, yeah, someone can hard dig, but, like, they're not... That's not their ability. You find NGs hard, generally? Yeah. Yeah, NGs are... I don't know. Probably I overvalue them in a lot of setups. On base and even Fire and Ice to some degree, I find engineers, I'm kind of comfortable with them, basically because I have a sense of how well I'm doing. Like I kind of know what's good and not good sort of for engineers, but yeah. So I don't think they're an easy faction to play, but like I feel like I know round to round, like I know enough of their math to at least know like how well I'm doing. But yeah, this is giving me a run for my money. A dwelling on b5 would let me cult spade d2 for a one-ship connection. I mean, I guess that assumes my cult spade goes on d2, I secure it, and then I hard dig a landscape. A dwelling on b5, like if I had built here instead, I could cult spade d2 for one-ship connection. I assume that's what you mean. Yeah, that's true. So I guess my cult spade's actually just going here awkwardly, because this is at least a town. Yeah, that's fair. It's a fair point. Get us. So does Smoo have enough stuff to mess around and get his town? Or is he sandstorming, he's hard digging, he's building a trading post, he's building a temple for fire 2, so that's 3 for a hard dig, 4, 5, 6, 7. He needs his resources for a fire 2 town up here. So I think I'm leaving this hanging. It's going to be something like ship advance, dwelling, hard dig landscape, stronghold, TP, dwelling, bridge, get something like some resources, bridge. I don't know. Sounds good. Good. Something like that, guys. I don't know. I think Smoo probably interprets. I don't know that I'm like his biggest competition here. I don't know who is. Oh, I guess Swarmlings haven't built their stronghold. So they're still towning down here. And they're just going to get away with that because halflings actually haven't upgraded their digs yet. So there's no like pressure on this X. Do I have energy to calc all that out? Seems like a lot of work, to be honest. All right. Let's go ham. I should yeah, I'll get another leech from Smoo here. Presumably this will be a TP. Down to the wire, folks. We don't have a lot of structures left to work with, I gotta say. I have a landscape and 2 big buildings, so. And some coins. I do have coins, I mean for structures. It's down to the wire in terms of structures. I've also been known to just throw my pieces around, and then the problem with connection is like not having enough dwellings to put places. Yeah, I super just want more coins here. Halflings. Huh. Where else are they going? He gets one more, right? This? Probably just I-10. Hey, it's 2 shipping. Maybe he wants to hit this. He thinks I want that, maybe? Yeah, that's true. Oh, this is nice. I get some... I'm just going to get neighbors out of this. Looks like coins to me. Alright. The driller. Alright, folks, we did it. Only stronghold. Yeah. I mean, I need to build a bridge here anyhow, which I will do in like 2 seconds. Suppose I should count this out. 3. So I'm like... Building this land bridge right now isn't actually helpful because the best econ I can take is just 2 more workers. I'll probably just leave that hanging for a second, but I'll hard dig. And then I'll have all of the same stuff, but only 5 workers. And then I'll need to go like 3, 4, 5, 7. So those are both of my priests. And I need 6, 7, 8, 9 coins. Damn, folks, we are down to the wire. So it's like stronghold, TP, dwelling, bridge, worker town, land bridge, something else. It's this connects me, right? All right. If I pull this off, then I beat Nomad's network because I'll be down to 1 structure. So in theory, I have a 7 and an 11 point town coming in. A 4 point pass tile. Probably 2 bridges. 18 network points. 96 on hand. I mean, I guess I keep, I don't know what this is. This looks a lot like 3 probably or something, and I don't know, 5 call points. That can all go really wrong. Also, I suck at math, but maybe that's enough. And then Smoo doesn't have a pass tile. He has a town coming in, which is probably the 11 pointer, so I get a 9. He builds a trading post. He probably gets a dwelling. Well, 11 point town, 3, 2 for a dwelling. He passes for nothing. He gets 12 network. He gets 8. He gets 8. Let's say he ties me on Earth or something. Yeah, so if I'm frame perfect here, I might beat Smoo by a hair. I don't know. Yeah, I can. I'll have to think about that. Do I need... I think I need this to be a worker town. I need to build... It needs to be a worker town, I think. Oh, gosh. I should just do math and stop staring at you guys. I mean... Yeah, I guess he can. Yep. I was assuming he needed all these resources for this town, but he probably doesn't. So we'll see. Yeah, this game might be a little suspect. We'll see. So I need a trading post and then a dwelling and then a bridge, which you cannot calculate on this tool, but that's fine. So I need 4 workers and 3 coins. So that's everything. And then I have a coin and a half leech left, and my priests are workers. And then it has to be a worker town. And then I take the worker town and I do this for the 11 pointer or whatever's left. And if I bridge now for the 11 pointer, then I just have these resources to finish this town. And I guess I'm not taking leech anymore because I don't actually need it. So Smoo basically traded a worker for a coin and a half. Don't really understand that. It's just Earth 2 coming from Swarmlings to lock up this cult. Or is it just Air 1? Oh, it's Air 2. Alright. Who do I give leech to? That's kind of inefficient because I just go halflings of 3 for 2. Is that? Did he take that leech? Did he take that leech? Oh, yeah, he did. And that gave him enough for a TP? Yeah. Might have been wrong, but I guess I could have given someone else power. I don't know. So he's towning up. Just takes the 11 pointer. So I'm just going to double check this because I don't want to take leech that I don't need, because if I have a chance of winning this, it's apt to be very tight. But I also don't want to be stuck. So I literally just want a dwelling. And then I have a coin left. Well, 2 coins left. Okay. So I have 2 coins. This would give me a worker, or a 3rd coin. Then I build a bridge, and I town up, take a bridge town. Or sorry, I town up, build a bridge with my priests. I town up with a worker town. I build another bridge here, and then I town up. I suppose I could take this leech and then take a priest town and then use that for a 3rd bridge. I take this, then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 coins, and I need 1. That's this resource and the rest of my power, giving me the dwelling and 3 workers left. I build a bridge here. I have a worker left. I take a worker town. I now have 3 workers. I build a worker, or build a bridge. I have a worker left. I take a priest, and I have 2, and I build another bridge. And then I get the hell out of this game. So maybe I do take this. Is it a point better? I think it's a point better. But someone smarter than me can tell me the answer to that. So it looks like a 2-point Earth 1, a 7-point town, a 9-point town, bridge, 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 pass for 4, pass for 4 on air 1, 18 network, three, 3, no, 1, 3, 152. I guess there is also, it was just a chance of people giving me free leech, which I wasn't factoring in. And swarmlings are all done other than locking up Earth. So they have 22. Cult points. A resource point is 23. Oh, they have network. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I didn't need that 2 for 1. Well, isn't that lovely? Just in case this is more flexible, do I take the priest now? I don't really care. I don't think it matters. Oh, a projection. That's, yes, that would have been, that might have been 2 points. Oh my gosh. So, oh yeah, no, this is, yeah, the bridge was maybe, well, it probably doesn't matter that much. So if I take a, it doesn't really matter, I take a worker town and then it's a priest town. Any preference here? Right, so the bridge action was there, so I might have been able to know that I didn't need a 2-for-1 leech. I might have, sorry, I'm not using full sentences at this point. There's a possibility that if I had obviously clued into the bridge action being part of this calculation, that I should have known that I could have safely declined the 2-for-1 leech, thus making my score a point better. I think I have it, but it's, yeah. A little bit of a suspense, yeah, that, like, I mean, I love playing Terra Mystica, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I wish I could just have those games where I didn't have to, like, calc every friggin' thing out so closely. Oh. All right. Yeah, I think Terra Seal's right here. Anyhow, yeah, it was an interesting game. A little bit, I had to do a lot of thinking to MacGyver my way out of that one. And I still don't think, I don't think that was as clean as it should have been. But anyhow, made it work. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm going to run. I might be jumping into another game later. So if you're around an hour or so, then yeah, feel free to jump in. It was really good chat. I really appreciate everyone here. It's nice these days just to see like a slightly different crowd coming out to these things. So yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out. Get us. Nice to see you. Red Alert, L4, and then a lot of the old crowd as well. But yeah, Heroic, thanks so much for tuning in again. Always great to have you on all these streams. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so tune in next time. Again, it might be an hour from now. We'll see if I have another game in me. But at the very least, I'll just post in Discord when I go live next. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a good night. Bye for now.